Standard greeting, YouTube viewer, and warm welcome to another episode of Talk About Transformers. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Velocitron Speedia Voyager class Override figure. I actually had the original Override when I was a kid. I don't have it anymore, but it was really exciting for me to be able to get a new version of the character, so I was actually happy that I was able to pick this one up. And the painting on this figure is really great, and so is the molded detail. So we'll go ahead and we'll just spin her around real quick so you can get a general idea of what she looks like. And we'll take a closer look here at the side. You've got pinned wheels on all four wheels, transparent red plastic with gold paint for those wheels. You got a lot of red paint on here. Missing the gold paint up here for like the headlight sections. Would have liked to have seen that. On the top, that red paint continues. You got some blue and red paint up here. Red transparent plastic for the windshield with gold and blue. Red paint here on the top of the head. You can see the ears are scratched. I've had this figure for a while, and I do play with my action figures. I transform them and whatnot, so there's going to be some damage there. You've got red paint on the back, red paint on this weapon that she's got folded up on her, so there's her accessory. We'll take a look at it later. From the back, you've got a little bit of red paint on these taillight sort of sections. And there she is from the bottom, and there she is from the dead front. And she does roll pretty good. Nice smooth rolling on my table. And that's about it for vehicle mode. The only really thing you could do is maybe if you wanted to, you could flatten those out, or you could straighten them up. They do kind of soup in three different places. You've got up, you've got angled, you've got down. So I just keep them angled on the vehicle mode because I want to say that's how the original had them. They were angled, and that's pretty much all I have to say for vehicle mode. I don't really have a size comparison for you this time because I didn't think ahead and get out my Galaxy Upgrade Optimus. Unfortunate, but that's okay. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the robot mode. So I'll see you guys at the end of the jump cut as per usual. Alright, and that jump cut was a little different than normal. If you guys have been on my channel for a while, you know that usually I leave the transformation separate. So I decided to go ahead and throw a little Jobby style quick edit in there. Don't want to copy him or anything, but that way people can see, you know, the whole, get all the information out of the quick review. And then if you want a more detailed transformation, as always, I'll be doing the Do the Thing, or I go through it a little bit more into detail. If you're new to the channel, I usually don't do transformations in the quick reviews, but going forward I'm going to try to do the little snappy quick revised edition there. And if you want to see a more detailed transformation, go ahead and check out the Do the Thing video where I transform it forward and back. But my little spiel out of the way, we'll go ahead and take a look at Override in her robot mode. And she does look very nice. I've taken the weapon off the back, so we'll go ahead and give her a quick little 360 here. So we can do that. And then we'll go ahead and look at the details. We'll go ahead and zoom in here real quick. And we're going to have to raise up on my thing here and angle down a little bit. And there we have her face. She has gold paint and blue paint on the face, dark blue for the eyes. You've got that lighter blue that is on the helmet. It's also on the chest here with the red paint. On the white plastic of the face, I've got a little whoopsie doodle there of paint going down the body. You have your gold paint on the arms, which are black. You've got the white and red plastics here, and then back to black with more gold paint, so nice color breakup. You've got the clear red chest white plastic, red paint, gold paint, blue paint, nice color breakup. The waist area looks a little bland. There's no paint on it. Would have been nice to see some accent paint here. You've got the red thigh area with the white knees. Could have used some paint on those knees. And then the lower legs look really nice with the red paint, gold paint, clear plastic wheels, and she's missing that windshield headlight goldy paint there. Maybe a couple of accents, not too bad. Coming up the side, and there you've got her from the side view, and then coming up the back, there you have her back. She's got molded detail on the back, and that is where the weapon sits. So it is kind of nice that they molded that in there, but what's not so nice is that there's almost no paint on the back. You got the little bit of blue down there. So it would have been nice to see some paint. But we'll go ahead and get back down to ground level, take a look at the posability. Alright, as far as posability goes, you've got the ball joint at the head. It can go all the way around, but her chin is hitting the shoulder assemblies, and you'll probably scrape some paint there, so I wouldn't recommend it. Shoulders do go out all the way. You do have shoulder rotation for a full 360. You do have bicep rotation for a full 360. You do get about 90 degrees of bend at the elbow, and then the fist does rotate for a full 360, which is part of the transformation. The waist has a swivel. It is very limited waist swivel. I did see someone had a mod where they kind of improved that, but I don't know how they did it. It's been so long that I wouldn't even know where to look it up, but for hip movement, you can go, let's go ahead and rotate you back actually. You can go a little above 90 degrees, so you got your full Van Damme. You can go back that far before it hits the backpack. You can go forward that far before the knee bumps into our stomach, so 90 degrees, which is alright. You do have over 90 degree knee bend with the knee plugged in. If you unplug that strut, it doesn't really help you fake any knee movement, so I wouldn't recommend it. And then you do have a thigh rotation there all the way around. Ankles, they can go down a little bit for transformation, up a little bit due to that transformation hinge, and then you do have a little bit of a pivot. Not the best, but a little bit of a pivot, and that's pretty good. And what is articulation good for if she doesn't have anything to hold and pose with? So we'll go ahead and take a look at her accessory. This is how it was sitting on the car for gun mode. I like to fold the fins up, so we'll snap those up real quick, and then you're just going to rotate these around. They are also on one of those hexagonal, I lost my train of thought. I don't know what to call it. It's a rotational joint that is hexagonal instead of cylindrical, so it has stopping points. There, I got it out. But there's her gun. It's got black plastic with white plastic with red paint. Could have probably used some more paint, but she does have a lot of paint on her, so you can just leave it on the backpack for transformation. You do have a combat port there, and she will hold it. You've got a combat port on the arm. You've got one on the leg as well if you want to use those, but she will hold it just fine in her hand, and she can go ahead and shoot her little double barrel blaster. I believe it is blast effect compatible, but let's go ahead and check that out real quick. Yep, blast effects will be adhered to that, so you can do that. If you want some nice color contrasting blast effects, you can go ahead and put some green ones on there, and that'll really make those pop on the end of those guns for you. And that is basically it for Override, and she does look very, very good. She is a really nice action figure. She is Voyager class, but she is mostly deluxe scale. We'll go ahead and show off robot scale real quick, so that way you can see that she is deluxe. This is a nice standard deluxe size. Here she is. Well, she's a little bit taller than deluxe, so I'll give that to her. Let's move forward, and then for a standard Voyager scale, we'll get them out of there. Here we have the Earthrise Optimus Prime mold. So yeah, she's a little bit taller than a deluxe, but a little bit smaller than a Voyager. So she's going to be in that hoist trail breaker kind of size class, but it's basically the same height that Voyager Ironhide is from Studio Series, and so that one made up for it mostly in engineering. This one makes up for it a lot in the paint department, because she does have a lot of paint on her, and I think that she's worth the Voyager price. I got her a long time ago. She's probably not on shelves anymore, and the last time I saw her on shelves, she was actually on sale. So if you can find her on sale somewhere, that's even better. But if you don't have this figure, it's definitely a recommend from me. And that's about it. So I'll go ahead and I'll just see you guys next time. Have a good one.